So leadership is not about titles, positions, or flowcharts. It's about one life influencing another. So the law of influence. This is probably a miss for me, if I'm being honest, just realizing this really hit home for me in the work with High Performance Academy. Just the ability to influence people, assuming you're doing it for the right reasons. It extends way beyond business. I mean, your children, your spouse, your friends that might have gone down a wrong path. 5 myths about leadership. Leading and managing are not the same. So that's where the void exists in my business right now. We have really good managers in my business, but there's a leadership void. And so we're working on that. But managing is not leadership. Leadership is about influencing people to follow. Management focuses on maintaining systems and processes. So as you're looking to develop leaders or hire someone into your company to help you lead, make sure you make that distinction that managing and leadership are different. The entrepreneur myth. Entrepreneurs are skilled at seeing opportunities and going after them, but not all of them are good with leading people in their vision. So just because you came up with this thought to start a team doesn't qualify you to be a leader just because you're an entrepreneur. The knowledge myth, education, IQ have nothing to do with leadership. There's lots of examples of that. People that have grown into significant leaders with no formal education. Pioneer myth, being a trendsetter is not the same as being a leader. So just because you're the head of something in your market or you're the biggest team in your market or whatever, it doesn't make you a leader. And the position myth, not based on rank or title. It's not the position that makes a leader, it's the leader that makes the position. So real quick, factors that make a good leader. Obviously character, who you are just in your core. This one's hard for me. We have agents that leave our team and inevitably they say something that gets back to me about how they were treated or how there was injustice but some people just outright just lie and just say wrong things, I guess, to justify why it might not have worked out for them. So as you grow your business and some people don't work out in your world, and especially if you get a set of core values and you hire and fire to them, people are going to question your character. So you really have to be grounded in who you are. Relationships are who they know. Deeper relationships, you can become a real leader. Knowledge, what they know. So, I was really good at what I was good at, and just having that knowledge and being able to train and lead by example in that. We have some gaps in that in my company since I'm not there. My people that are running my company now, they never sort of prospected internet leads or did the same things that I did. So we're kind of working through that now. Intuition. So leaders seek to recognize and influence intangibles such as energy, morale, timing, and momentum. Not a big, this one, Jessica, who's on my team, she's been with me for just over 6 years. She's always good after I miss something in a meeting. She'd be like, after a state of company, she's like, when you did that, or you should have done this. I thought you were going to do this. I'm like, tell me before the meeting, because I seem to lack intuition. When we got back from Mexico, I didn't want to share. I felt bad. We had this great time in Mexico, and the new agents didn't get to go. And after the meeting, she was like, oh, you should have just led with that and be like, everyone's going next year. We had a great time. We did this and that. And I'm like, well, tell me that before the meeting. Experience. So greater your past challenges, the more likely followers will be willing to let you lead. I think a lot of you, and it's a double-edged sword for me because the marketing is, come follow me and you don't have to do anything in your business, right? Work 1 day a week. But you've got to be able to build your team from your experiences. So stepping out is going to happen, but it won't happen without just being entrenched in your business and leading your team through your experiences. And then ability. I think Elrod, tomorrow, I'm excited for tomorrow's morning session. Just being really good and just confident in what you do. And Kevin, you're a good example. All of you are good examples. Mike's a good example. Tyler's a good example. You're all good examples. You sold a lot of homes, and so my job in boardroom is to make all the mistakes for the last phase for you guys. When you're not in the business, it's a different game. than being in the business. So your ability matters. So true leadership cannot be awarded, appointed, or assigned. It comes only from influence, and that cannot be mandated. It must be earned. That is the law of influence.